For 6 months, your baby will go to anyone. She smiles at the mail carrier, lets a stranger hold her in the checkout line, gets passed around the room like she trusts the whole species. Then, seemingly overnight, it stops. The same faces that used to make her laugh start getting screams. Something you never taught her, never said a word about, has woken up and decided the world is dangerous. An alarm you didn't install, going off in a baby who a week ago feared nothing. So where does a baby learn to fear a face she has never seen? This isn't random, and it isn't a mood she'll be out of by Thursday. Researchers have a name for it, stranger weirness, and it keeps a timetable. It surfaces around 6 to 8 months, sharpens through 8 to 12, then quietly fades across her second year. The same window in babies all over the world, in high-rises and in villages with no word for stranger. Nobody sits these babies down and teaches them fear. It simply arrives, on time, everywhere. So what is the clock actually counting down to? Everyone has an explanation ready. She's shy. It's just a phase, or the one that actually stings. You held her too much and now she's clingy. That last one is the one parents lie awake with, so watch what the timing does to it. This fear lands on babies who were carried every waking hour and babies who were barely carried at all, on nearly the same schedule in every culture anyone has studied. You cannot cuddle a baby into it, and you cannot cuddle her out of it, which quietly rules out almost everything on the list. It isn't her personality, and it isn't something you did, so where is it coming from? And here's where it gets genuinely strange. A baby this age is afraid of almost nothing. Not heights, the edge of the changing table means nothing to her. Not the dark, not loud noises, not really. Of everything that could hurt her, her brand new fear is aimed at exactly one thing, a face she doesn't recognize. And she didn't learn it. Most of these babies have never had a frightening run-in with a stranger in their lives. The people who study the infant brain describe it arriving on a schedule, fully formed, the way teeth do. Nobody installs a fear of faces. So how does a baby come preluded with one? For decades, that question sent people looking inward, into the baby's mind, her temperament, her attachment, her mood. And it explained almost nothing about the timing, because the answer was never in her personality. It was on the calendar. There is one other thing that happens in that exact 6 to 8 month window, a change so ordinary, so celebrated, that no one thinks to connect it to fear. Every parent watches for it, every parent cheers when it comes, and it flips the switch on the whole thing. So what is it? She learns to move. Somewhere in that same window she starts to crawl. First the rocking, then the lunging, then hauling herself across the floor toward anything that catches her eye. And a line of research going back to a study with a wonderful name, Travel Broadens the Mind, found the fear doesn't track how old a baby is. It tracks whether she's crawling yet. Early crawlers, early fear. Late crawlers, late fear. The alarm isn't wired to her age. It's wired to the day she can finally leave. And suddenly it all fits. For half a year, she physically could not get away from you. Wherever you set her down, that's where she stayed. A baby like that needs no fear of strangers. She can't reach one. But the week she can cross the floor on her own, that's over. And in the world her brain was built for, 10 feet from a caregiver was the deadliest place a small child could be. So the alarm is a motion sensor, no reason to arm one until she can leave the room. And the scream isn't only fear, it's a recruitment signal, built to pull the one adult who will drop everything and put herself between the baby and the unknown. You. There's only one problem. That alarm was tuned for a different world. For most of human history, a baby grew up inside a web of familiar hands. A mother, aunts, grandmothers, the other mothers of the band, and a truly unknown face was rare. Your daughter now meets more strangers in one trip to the store than an ancient baby met in a season. The alarm isn't broken, it's a good system firing in a world that trips it 100 times too often. So you didn't make her clingy, and you didn't break her. You just happened to be standing beside the alarm the first time it goes off. And if a fear this exact was written in before she was ever born, what else have you been quietly blaming yourself for that was never yours to cause?